Hello everybody. This is going to be my first video on day trading. Actually going to be tracking my trades, not every day because I'm under the PDT rule. As you can see here, I have a very small account which is actually on the very red. It's only, as of this morning, $761.50. I traded one stock, made $68 on it. So now my total account value is $829.63. I do have to wait a couple of days until Thursday to be able to trade this account again. I do have out of this actually $200 approximately, just over $200 settled that I could use. But I normally like to have my full account balance available. And as you can see, I'm very red for the year. So this is my actual realized loss for 2019. The history of this account, this is an actual rollover IRA account that I got from a previous employer. And this is kind of how I started trading. I had almost $5,000 to this account about 3 years ago. And I've been kind of bouncing around, going through ups and downs. Obviously, as you can see, mostly downs. I am down all the way down to the last $700-800 out of those close to $5,000. So I've obviously had some big losses, small losses, more losers than winners, and it's been quite a challenge, and I'm still. I don't think I am, obviously. I know a lot enough, but I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I figure, well, I might as well start recording my trades and see if I can bring this account back. I have the basic knowledge, I have the understanding of how to recharge. I think, in my opinion, my weakness is my emotional state. And as much as I read about it and watch videos about it, some of the bigger names out there in day trading that you may all know, they talk about, keeping your emotions under control. And obviously, I'm not able to do that because otherwise I wouldn't be on the red. But that's something that I want to work on. I'm trying to work on, and I figure, you know what? At this point, having this very small, tiny account, all I can do is try to trade good quality setups and just make $20, $30, $50. In this case, I made $68 today, which is almost 10% of the account value. Definitely more than 10% of what was actually invested. We'll talk about the trade in a minute. But it's yeah, here it is. Obviously I'm not going to be telling you, hey, you're going to be making millions. I'm not one of those guys. Hopefully one day I will be, who knows. But anyways, here it goes. So today I traded ticker SINT. And by the way, again, I'm actually recording this on my phone. I'm trying to download software that I can use to record the screen, get a proper microphone, cheap microphone, of course, but something to do proper videos. For now, I think this will do, at least for myself. So, but this is SINT, 5-minute chart. Here's a 1 minute. And I have the daily chart of it here. Basically, I ended up taking this trade, and another reason why I'm actually trying to start this series of videos is because I signed up for the 14-day trials of stocks to trade, and I figured, give it a shot. I watched a webinar that Tim Bohen did on the tool called Oracle, and it caught my attention. So, at this point, hey, 14 days for $7. Can't beat that. I made 68 today thanks to that Oracle tool. So, who knows? This might be the turnaround that I'm looking for. I'm going to continue to check it out every day for the next 2 weeks and see how it goes. Obviously, I will not be able to trade tomorrow. However, I will definitely keep an eye on the markets, even on the days that I'm not able to trade because my account is not settled. I still log in. I watch what are the stocks that are moving, keep an eye on possible continuation for the next days. So it's definitely important to log in, even if you're not planning to trade, regardless of because you got other plans or because you just simply cannot trade, like it is in my case. I still encourage you to log in and basically be relevant. Keep an eye on what's moving every day, because sometimes you may not have stocks with great news or anything like that the next day, so you keep an eye on the previous day's movers. But anyways, so with Oracle, I actually have it on a separate laptop, and I'm gonna show you that over here really quick. Here's Oracle, and as you can see here, SINT. Oh, I think I moved it. There we go. SINT is right there. What I did was I logged in, clicked on the Oracle tab or icon, and then basically I did what Tim recommended on his webinar, which is sort the list of symbols here by volume. So when you click on the volume here, it will give you, it'll sort them out either in descending or ascending. You click it again until you get it to the highest traded volume at the moment. So I started looking at this during pre-market between 9 and 9:30. I saw SINT, obviously with such a small account as I have, 20 cents or under 20 cents at that moment at 9 a.m. I believe it was trading around 19 cents. It was very appealing to me. So I figured, okay, well, let me check it out. I pulled up the ticker. I saw that it has a press release out there for it during pre-market. You can see here on the 5-minute chart, it went all the way up to 80 cents. Give or take, a little bit over 80 cents. And then obviously it just took a nosedive. So even though from a pre-market perspective, this is really ugly, it almost looks like a pump and dump. By the time the bell rang, we already had close to 10 million of shares traded. So at this point, bell rings, it keeps on dropping a little bit, goes all the way to a low of 15.10. If you can look at there at the day range. And then it started curling back up a little bit. And again, this is a 5-minute chart. It has so much trading that it's kind of hard to see the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute here without pre-market. If I included pre-market here, it would be so tiny that it's almost impossible to read. But starts going back up. maybe within the first 15 minutes, Oracle updated. As you can see here, the signal will be your buy signal at 20 cents. It has resistance at 66 cents. So there's a 46 cents to the upside where you can make money, obviously, and it tells you 310% gain, obviously, if you're able to capitalize the entire 46 cents. Now, I know that obviously that's not realistic, in my opinion, at least. This is a 21 million shares float for this stock, and as thickly traded as it is, it wasn't gonna move that fast. So that also gave me a little bit of confidence, because I figure, okay, well, if I enter the trade and it goes the wrong way, it gives me a little bit of time to get out, because regardless of whether it goes up or down, it's with 21 million shares afloat, it's not going to be as fast as, for instance, anything that's under 5 million or even under a million, which move insanely fast. So 20 cents was the signal. I waited patiently. There were a couple of times where it started moving up, and I kind of show it here in the 1 minute chart. And let's see, around here, you can see that the high was 1850 of that candle. So you see it's kind of a flat top around 1850 there. And it was whipping up and down. Now, when I took the trade, I took 3,000 shares. And you can see here, 3,000 shares. I did a market order because at that price, it's kind of almost impossible to do a limit. So the slippage wasn't going to be as bad anyways. So I did market order, 3,000 shares. I got filled at 1842 at 10:03:56 a.m. So let's see, 10:03. I believe it was this candle, yeah. Between these two candles, basically. Now, one thing that I liked about it at this point, even though it had not hit the signal of 20 cents that Oracle suggested, was that, well, number one, it's trending up. This gray line here is the 9 EMA. The blue one is the 20. And the orange is the VWAP. So this is a 1 minute chart again, and it's trending up, and I figure, okay, well, I definitely got, well, at this point the VWAP was around 20 cents, so I knew I had, or around here actually. Oh, never mind, more like 19 cents at that point. But I knew I had, if it touched VWAP, it was going to be right at the signal line. I believe this candle here is, yep, high right at 20, as you can see. And then it dropped again. Then it came back. It hit 20 again, and it's kind of dropping a little bit below VWAP, but it's holding. But as you can see, between the 9 and the VWAP is squeezing, and still trending up. And basically the moment that the 9 crosses the VWAP, then we have a nice little run all the way down to 23 cents, which I believe is the high of day. Let's see. Yep, 23 cents is the high of day. So I took the trade at 10:03 in anticipation of this run because of the trend. My plan for a stop loss was basically 16 cents, which would have been almost where it's at right now. A little bit lower. But since the low was 15.10, and actually if you look at Oracle, the signal to the short side was actually 16 cents. So again, my plan is in a way, sort of the ideal recommendation that Tim Bohen did on the webinar yesterday. You know, if you've got a long signal, then your stop should be where the short signal is. So it makes sense. I figure I enter the trade in anticipation of this break. So I'm kind of right in the middle. If you think about it, I'm at a little bit over 18 cents. So I was risking 2 cents, and with a potential of, you know, obviously 46 cents gain, even though that wasn't realistic enough for me. I was thinking, okay, if it breaks 20, 25 would have been my 25 cents would have been my ideal target. And the reason I say that is because if I look at the 5-minute chart here, you see this pivot there, which is right around 25 cents. So you see that line going across. This green candle obviously does go a little bit higher, but 25 cents sort of psychological resistance. So that was my main back of the mind target. But entering the trade early gave me a little bit of room and cushion to take some profit and you know, avoid from going red again on yet another trade. So again, I took the trade at 10:03, which is around these two candles here. And what I ended up doing is, let's see, 10:12, almost 10 minutes later, I sold half of my position. I figure, okay, well, I'm going to secure some profit at 20.86. And that's basically when it broke right here, this candle. One of these two candles, actually. I sold half. I held for a few more minutes. Then it broke 21. At this point, I had another 1,500 remaining, so I was holding that. I sold another 1,000. 2 minutes later, 10:14, as it broke 21. At this point, it had already reached a high of 22 cents. It was pulling back a little, so I figured, okay, I'm going to sell 1,000 just to secure a little bit more profit. And then as it broke 22, at this point, actually, the stock is trading pretty fast and pretty crazy around these levels. So I actually tried to catch it as high as possible, closer to 23. I saw that with this green candle, it held, it touched again on this red candle, and I saw a little bit of struggling, more sellers coming up, so I figured, well, you know what, I'm just gonna get out. My remaining position, 500 shares. So there you have it, bought 3,000 and then sold partially until I was fully out. 10:15 was my last sell there, and that gave me a total of $68, which is not bad. You know, I bought, let's see, 3,000 shares, right? So that's 3,000 times 0.1842. That cost me $552.60. So that's why I still have a little over $200 still settled that I could trade with today if I wanted to. At this point of the day, right now it's 11:32. So the market's slowing down. Volume is obviously slowing down as well. You can see here volume decreasing. This was another thing that I noticed as the stock was moving back up when I entered the trade. Notice that volume is going down, 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 and then this is a 5-minute chart. And then it started moving back up. Notice this is around 10 a.m. when I entered the trade. So we got a higher volume coming in, volume. So I entered as I saw that more buying volume came in back to the stock. So that's an indicator that gave me confidence in thinking, okay, well, we obviously have, at this moment, we have a long bias, sort of a reversal signal, if you will, on this stock and an opportunity to make a little bit of money. So I wasn't shooting for a home run. The reason Oracle is giving you 66 cents as a resistance is because of this candle here, all the way to 66 cents. We close in on that. So, but this is a huge upper candle, upper wick, and on very low volume. So this is one of those, whereas, you know, if it was more of a failed candle, I would say, okay, you know, that has more potential. But when it's a sort of upper candle like this, and it almost looks like market makers just kind of took out some orders back here and then it just flashed back down. So again, this is pre-market, and that's why, realistically speaking, my goal was around 25 cents here. So there you have it. Took the trade day one with Oracle. It was a green trade, small gain, but that's all I'm shooting for right now. I'm happy with it. So we'll see what we get the next couple of days. I'll be most likely I'll log in and obviously keep an eye on what's going on in the market. I doubt it that I'm going to have an opportunity to trade with my $200 settled, because I would really need a really cheap stock in order to do so. So I'm going to wait for my full $829 to be available for me to trade, which is going to be on Thursday. So anyways, again, thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope this was somewhat helpful. I know that there's a ton of videos out there with a lot more information and from professional traders. I am just a regular guy trying to make it in the world, and in the world of trading. So I'm sure that for some people this will be very relatable. I'm sure I'm not the only one out there who is struggling with trading, but here we go. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to create some more videos, and hopefully this will be the beginning of a new era in my trading career. All right, talk to you later, guys. Thank you. Bye.